Hello.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
how are you?
Good. Jackie, can you hear me? I just saw Jackie. Did you see her, Ginny? Oh,
No, I didn't.
there she is. Okay, good. Jackie, can you hear me? Now she's frozen. There she is, Patty. What's up? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Millie, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Jackie, can you hear me?
Let me see.
Jackie's frozen.
Yes.
Yes. Who just said yes?
I'm trying to get better reception.
Okay. Who just came on?
Can you hear me?
Who just said that? Yeah. Say that, Jackie. Do a testing. Jackie.
Yes.
You got me? Okay, good. All right. Who's 215992?
Ross, R-O-S-S.
Who is it?
Ross, R-O-S-S. Ross, like the store, Ross.
Okay. Whose coach are you? I mean, yeah. Who are you under?
Esmeralda.
Oh, you're
Oli.
Okay. Cool. Hi. Welcome.
Yes, Ross.
Okay. Got it. I'm so glad you're on.
Okay,
I'm glad you're on. Okay.
thanks.
Who's 917-684?
It's Megan Mooney. I'm muted, so sorry.
It's okay. I gotta start writing down your number so I don't have to ask you every week. I know you have different ones.
Sorry.
I'm glad you're on too. Jackie, I'm glad you're on. This is Jackie's first call. Okay. Let's just wait a little bit more. I just have to pull something up on Facebook, so I'm gonna be looking like I'm looking at you guys, but I'm really not. Hold on. Okay. There you are. Esmeralda, your coach is on. You hear me? Where'd you go? Wait, I lost Megan. You guys should hear my side of this because I have a doorbell every single time someone comes on and it drives me nuts. All right, we're losing people here. Hi, guys. Anybody have any questions while we're waiting for everybody to get on? No? Oh, Danielle. Hi. Are you muted? I can't hear you.
Okay. I got it.
Okay. I'm glad you're on.
Hi.
You guys are making me so happy tonight.
Hi, Jackie.
Okay, Megan's back. Megan, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Dropped you.
It's okay. Let's just wait for Esmeralda to get back on. And we'll start. I'm just drinking my shake now.
I just had mine like an hour ago. Crazy
Well,
day.
My blender's been broken for like 3 days, and it's been awful because I'm like, I'm not going to Bed Bath & Beyond with 4 kids. Sorry. So I just went and I bought the Ninja, and I sliced my finger with it when I was cleaning it.
Oh my God. Wait a second. Don't you just put the water in and turn the blender on to clean it and soap, like a drop of soap?
I don't know. I like cleaned everything before I used it.
Oh, I get it.
Took the blade out, and I mean, I knew it was sharp. I was being careful, but it like sliced. It really hurt.
I use like steaming hot water, a drop of like dish soap, and I turn it on really high and it cleans it.
Oh, smart.
I know. I never do anything that smart. I'm proud. Say hi.
Hi, Billy.
Say hi,
Hi,
Billy.
Katie.
Okay, so I think we're good. I think everybody that's going to be on is on. Esmeralda, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So do you
Gonna
see
be-
your coach is on?
Yes. Hi, Ross. I can't see her face though.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
think
see
she
yours?
called. I think she called in.
Okay.
Yeah, I use the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, yay.
Okay, good. All right. So let's get started. I'm surprised a couple people aren't here that are usually here. Okay. Well, I'm glad everybody is here. So I just wanted to, before we really get started, say like how happy and proud I am of all of you because you guys are kicking butt. I think all of you hit Success Club, right?
Woohoo.
Billy, what did you get? Almost? 1 point away? The day's not over. But seriously, like, I feel like I've kind of been pushing it more than I ever have. This is the first month that I've pushed it so much, and partly it's because of the Team Cup.
Can't tell.
But
I'm gonna get your.
everybody's like killing it. And this is the most I've ever had in Success Club. I think I have 9 people. Last month I had 4.
Nice.
So it's awesome, you guys. You guys did so good. Like getting those points. A couple of you got them at like last minute.
Yep.
And the night is not over. But trust me, I've gotten them at like 11:50. Right, Patty? Remember that when we were trying to win the prize, the last
Yeah.
Team Cup?
11 o'clock at night.
It was 11 o'clock at night, and I was messaging people to get 2 more points, and I got them. And I got the woman to give me her credit card number. She just messaged it to me because she was too tired. Okay? So you guys are kicking butt. Okay, let's see. Who is 528-1156? Hello? Anybody? Who just called in? They're muted, I think.
It's Megan. It just keeps dropping. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Megan, you're still
if it
on.
drops
No,
again.
No,
Yeah,
I
if
see
it drops
you.
again, I'll listen
No,
tomorrow if it drops
no,
again.
stay because it's okay. You can call back. I know your number.
Sorry, okay.
No, somebody else just called in. I just don't know who it is. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So a lot of teachers are going back to work if they haven't already. I know my brother started today. My kids start tomorrow, and then city schools start next week. So I really wanted to talk about how to manage your time when you go back to work because it's hard. I can't even imagine if I was going back to work next week and doing what I do now. Okay, because we can't go back and then just stop doing what we're doing. So we really have to be efficient. We have to, make a schedule that you're going to be able to follow. If you write it down and you make a schedule, it's so much easier than getting home from work when you're so exhausted and trying to think of what you're going to do. What am I going to do now? So if you have a schedule set for every day, it will be a lot easier for you when you get home from work or on your lunch break, on your prep, whatever how you want to schedule it in. So I'm actually working on that for one of my coaches because she's struggling with it. But did we lose Patty? Because she's there you are. Okay, so I'm going to interview Patty tonight. Okay, she's our guest speaker. Okay, one of my faves. So, Patty works. Well, let me interview her. I won't give her an intro. Besides that, she's fabulous. Okay, you ready? Let's do a testing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you. Okay, so Patty, first question: why did you sign up as a coach? Besides that, you wanted to hang out with me a lot.
No, I didn't want to hang out with you. I wanted a discount.
You wanted
Pure and simple, I wanted the discount because I got good results my first round. And as I was finishing up, Lindsay asked me, do I want to be a coach? And I wasn't thinking about the business side of it. I was simply thinking about getting my shakes cheaper so I could keep going, so I could get to my goal. So I signed up, and because I lost 15 pounds my first round and 15 my second round, people quickly started to notice a change, asked me what I was doing, and then Lindsay kept saying, well, why don't you coach them? I'll help you, and you make the money instead of me. So I kind of stumbled into it that way because I wasn't looking for another job, quite honestly. And it just kind of grew from there.
I remember when I first signed you up, you were like, well, do you think I would be good at it? And I said, yeah, that's why I'm asking you. And you're like, all right, well, if you think so, I'll try.
Right, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I didn't know the program yet.
Uh-huh.
I was still learning it. I was still finding my own way as just a challenger. So the idea of coaching somebody was scary
Right.
in the beginning, because how could I tell somebody else what to do? Since I was still learning it myself. But as you go through the training, and I did the Emerald training and you realize it's a matter of living the lifestyle, sharing what you're doing, that kind of stuff. The pieces start to fall into place. And I started very slow. I think it took me a month officially as a coach before I had my first customer. And then I think maybe I had 5 in the first 2 months after that, maybe. So it wasn't that it grew in leaps and bounds so quickly or anything like that. It grew at a pace that I was comfortable for, and where I was at that point in the process.
Right. And how many customers do you think you have now? Like, not just active, but like
I
how many?
have, right now, I must have 150, 200 customers at this point
Wow.
right now.
So that's in like a little over a year.
I signed up as a coach September last year. So it's just about a year.
Right.
So, but because I hit Success Club each month, I think almost, if maybe I missed 1 or 2, I don't remember. I get coach leads from Beachbody directly. So I get those customers plus the ones I sign up myself. So it can grow very quickly. And certainly we talked about this last week, hitting Success Club each month helps you grow your business no matter what.
Right. And that's something you said is really important, because a lot of times when I ask people if they want to sign up as a coach, they'll say to me, it's usually people I see in the very beginning that I'm like, oh, you're doing so great. Like, you should be a coach. And they're like, no way. I'll just give them to you. Like, you'll coach them. I'm not ready to do something like that. But you have to encourage them to do it, because I feel like it's even better when you're still like on your journey and you bring people on the journey with you. And so like, it's a little bit harder for me now, like since I'm not, my results aren't complete, but like I'm just toning up right now. But it was easier for me when I needed to lose 50 pounds and I just had a baby. I said, hey, do this with me. Let's do it together. So you really should like encourage those new people that you see potential in to start coaching right away and trying to get people to do it with them, because it's actually easier. Like my before and after pictures, people are going to be like, okay, now what? Like they're going to be over it soon, So, so make sure if anybody says that to you, like, oh no, I'm not ready yet, maybe they want to sign up as a discount coach and just, slowly go into it, but don't, make sure you encourage them and say, oh, it's the best time to start. Like, you learn it with them. You get a buddy. Okay, next question. So, do you have a full-time job? And do you have a full-time job?
I think I have 2 or 3.
Okay, so what would you say are your full-time jobs? Because,
My full-time job that makes me money
Yes.
to pay my mortgage at this point is I'm a college dean at a local college. So I work full-time Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. When I come home from there, then I have 3 kids. I have twin boys that are going to be 6 in September and an 8-year-old. So I just finished labeling 2 out of 3 sets of school supplies for Thursday. I have 1 more to go. And I'm also a Girl Scout co-leader, soccer mom. So there's always something going on. So sometimes it's overwhelming, quite honestly, to fit everything in. You have to be organized. I feel like I tend to be organized in general because of my full-time job, with schedules and dates that are important, running programs, things like that. And so I've used those skills in other parts of my life, to organize Girl Scouts, and certainly now to organize Beachbody. I have lists in terms of things that I want to do for the week, for different days, people to follow up with, people that have said they're interested, have bought, people that have said they're not interested in, so that it helps me, depending on where I'm at each month, to follow up with people, to work to hit SC, things like that. So
you're a busy lady.
sometimes.
So were you nervous about growing a new business and learning everything you needed to do with such a busy schedule? Or were you more excited?
In the beginning, I think I was very excited because it was new. It was, when you only have a few customers to follow up on, it's not that bad, quite honestly. And it really helped me in my own journey, which I always said that being a coach helped me stay on track. It helped me to be more accountable. It helped me to keep continuing to work towards my goals. So there were kind of selfish reasons too for doing it, because I 100% buy into the fact that you have to be a product of what you're selling. I'm not a salesperson. I don't sit there and go, rah, rah, buy my product. But I share what I do. When people say, oh, you look so great, what did you do? I share what I did. I tell them about what I do, what I eat, how I work out. And I mention the product, but I just talk about my journey and how happy I am. And then naturally they ask questions about, well, what did you do? What exactly are the workouts? What do you eat? That kind of thing. And the conversation flows very naturally that way versus just saying, join my challenge group, buy my Shakeology, that kind of thing. Because I've had this conversation with my coaches before. Everyone on this call sells the same products, same workouts, the same programs, all of that kind of stuff. As a coach, I believe it has more to do with your personality and what you have to offer to people that buy something from you, in terms of how are you going to support them, your approach to coaching, how you run your challenge groups, what you post, what you share, how do you motivate people, Are you somebody who posts tons of recipes, pictures of the meals, that they work out every day? How are you going to help keep everybody else going? So that I've tried to early on figure out what kind of coach do I want to be, and how that kind of jives with my personality, and then do things that support that help me to be that coach. And I've borrowed things from Lindsay. I've borrowed things from other coaches. It's evolved. I am not the coach now that I was a year ago or even 6 months ago. So I think you constantly have to look at what are you doing to support your people, to meet their needs, and how do you do it in a way that's manageable for you?
Right. So what do you, like, because you are working 9 to 5 every day and you come home to your family and your husband, so what, do you have a schedule written down? Like, how do you know what you're going to do each day? Like, is it just in your head? Like, are you organized with it? I mean, I know you said you have a list of your prospects and people you go back to, but, like, what about everything else that you do? Because you do a lot.
Right. So I try, well, my day starts at 5. I get up, I do my workout. You see that I post in our challenge group around 6:30 as I'm getting ready for work, that I did my workout. Like, my day starts then. As I'm getting ready to leave the house, I'm making lunches, I'm feeding the kids, things like that. If that's typically the time that if people message me, I respond quickly if I can to people. If I want to check in with certain people, I'll send a quick message at that point, because that takes me 15 seconds, 20 seconds to type something and send it, in between cereal bowls or things like that. As I'm driving to work, I use red lights to check notifications, things like that at times. And then I usually get to work anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes early, per se. And that's usually my time where I will post quickly in my groups. I either post first thing in the morning, before 9 o'clock, or I will post around 4:30 or 7. For me, based on what I've seen in terms of responses to posts that I'll put in groups and different forums, I find those are the best times for me to get a response from people to see what I'm posting. I feel like it gets lost if it's after 9 o'clock. Sometimes I try to do it at lunchtime, but I try to do it at key points in the day to make it the best bang for my time. So I try to knock out stuff in that 15 minutes or so before I start working. At lunchtime, I will do stuff while I'm eating my lunch. I usually pop on around 4:30 or so, and I can do a couple of things before I start to pack up and leave. Otherwise, a lot of times I do things when the kids are watching TV before bed, or after they go to sleep. So
you basically work like 24 hours a day.
some days it feels like that. I try, and it can get overwhelming. So I try sometimes to unplug at night.
It's hard though, right?
It is hard because when you hear the phone beep, you naturally want to look at it and see who messaged you, what do they need, what do they want, things like that. But it can be very overwhelming to just feel like you constantly have something to do. So that's why I try to make schedules, and I have anywhere from 3 to 5 groups that I post in each day. A lot of times as I'm driving to work, I'll think about, well, what time of the month is it, and what day of the week is it, and what do I want to post that day in terms of a message for people? What product am I trying to advertise? What message do I want to send? You know, is it a Transformation Tuesday, a Throwback Thursday. Do I want to post my pictures? Do I want to post something else because it's a different day of the week? Things of that nature, so that I kind of get my thoughts organized. I have a file that I keep of different posts that I use, that I've written or tweaked over the last year, so that I'm able to quickly copy and paste from that file to put things out there in groups, which I'm sure you've all seen, since we're in a lot of the same groups. And then I have pictures also. I have a flash drive that I keep with me all the time. So I have the file of what I call Facebook messages saved on there. And then I have graphics, pictures, and things posted on there as well, so that I have a file for 21-day fix pictures. I have a file for P90X3 pictures, for Shakeology pictures, so that I can quickly find what I'm looking for. I have one for challenge groups, so that I've organized my files that way to make it easier and quicker to find things that I'm looking for. I also try to take some time sometimes on a weekend, if I have a half hour, that I can sit and plan for the, upcoming things. Like we started to post about back to school, so I had put together a graphic and stuff for back to school. When it comes closer to October and Halloween and candy and things like that, what will I use and post then? And working ahead of time a little bit. I do that in my regular job, so I've started to do that a little bit more with Beachbody as well.
Right. That's good. That's what I've been trying to do a lot lately, is get really organized with my files. Like I have a challenge group file on my computer. I have a coach file, like stuff.
It helps a lot. I mean, I have some for motivational pictures, fitness pictures,
Right.
workout pictures,
Transformation pictures. So
recipes, transformation pictures, my transformation pictures, my client transformation
right.
pictures.
So that way it's like real
it makes it really easy that way to find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So that even when you're working with your coaches, if you want to share something, you can quickly pull it up and share it.
Hey, are you doing this on your computer or on your phone?
Do you do it on your computer?
I'm sorry?
Computer?
You do it on the
I do it on both, quite honestly. It depends on where I'm at and what I'm trying to get done. So that I have, I do have a ton of pictures on my phone and things. I keep, I use, what do I use? Photofly and BeFunky. So I have those apps on my phone so that I can work on pictures. And those are quick things sometimes that I do while I'm waiting for a meeting, or if I'm listening on a conference call but I'm not talking. I do multitask.
She does multitask. She talks to me all day long.
In my job, I can kind of do that. I mean, sometimes I keep Facebook open on my computer, but I have 5 other windows open on top of it. But I can hear the ding then. And then I can click on it real quick. Some days I can't open it at all. I think I opened it 2 or 3 times today, and that was it. It just depends on the day. My regular job is getting really busy right now. So I feel like I adjust my schedule a little bit. I also cut myself slack sometimes because if you beat yourself up about not doing it and you get really down on yourself as a coach for not posting in a group or things like that, you're not doing yourself any good or your business. And I always try to remind myself, this is my business. And if it doesn't grow as fast as the coach on my right or the coach on my left, that's okay, because it's mine. This business has helped me pay off some credit cards or some things that I've done around my house, things that I've done for my family. So am I a millionaire right now? I'm not, but it's giving me a little bit more money. It's paying for my shakes. It pays for my husband's shakes. So certainly it's beneficial that way. And I enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy it, then I wouldn't want to push to get the things done.
Right. So that was what I was going to ask you. So, like for me, I'm working all the time. I mean, even when I was just at like Bed Bath & Beyond getting a blender, you know, someone messages me and asks me questions, and I answer them. Like I don't not answer them. You know, I mean, you guys know how fast I am with answering you. I mean, has anybody ever really waited that long for me to answer?
Nope.
Probably not. Like usually it maybe takes 10 seconds. I'm pretty good at answering. If I don't answer, there's like a good reason why. And I feel the same way too. Like sometimes I feel like I need a break, but then it's just so hard for me to disconnect, you know. But
Right.
I love
do get that, although lately I feel like I guess this summer, I have really made a conscious effort to balance things, and I do unplug once or twice a week. I certainly don't do as much on the weekends as I do during the week. Don't yell at me. Because I'm working to find the happy balance between it all.
Yeah.
And I feel like even if I'm not working on the weekend and I'm out doing something with my family or whatever, I'm still drinking my shake. I'm still doing the workout. I'm still sharing that stuff. I'm still posting pictures of myself with my family. And so I'm still living the lifestyle. So even though I'm not technically working, I still am because it's out there. I certainly share a lot more on Facebook than I used to. Before all of this, I was not a Facebook person. And now I do share stuff and do post more pictures because I feel like everyone that I friend and everyone that knows what I'm doing sees these pictures. And then people will randomly just say, hey, can you tell me more about it? Or, hey, I want to do what you're doing. I was at a wedding this weekend. I'm sure you all know because there were thousands of pictures there. And at the rehearsal dinner, my best friend who got married, his cousin was there, who I haven't seen in 15, 20 years, and now is married, and his wife just had a baby 2 months ago and wants to lose some weight. And so it came up in conversation, and she's like, oh, I've seen that on TV, and oh, I wanted to try that. And so then I went home that night and I brought her back samples, and I gave her samples before the wedding the next day. And now she friended me on Facebook today. So now she's my potential new client, you know, plus everybody else now, when she likes my pictures, everybody who she's friends with now sees things that she likes or comments or things like that. So I feel like you just never know in terms of the connections that you're making that way.
It's true. Yesterday, one of the Kim, who's usually on, but she's not on tonight because she's sick. Is it okay if I don't come on because I have to go sign up a coach at her house? So that's my only.
That's a good reason.
That's the only excuse I will allow if you guys call. So she's gonna listen to the playback of this. But so she had a wedding too this weekend, and I was like, before I knew she had a wedding, she missed the first 2 weeks of August. She signed up mid-August, and so you know I was stressing to her the importance of Success Club and hitting it, and she was just so I was like, you know. So work on it this weekend. Like, you could totally do it. She had to get 2 more people. She had 2 points. So she's like, oh, I have a wedding. I'm like, perfect. You know, like that's great. Like how much you want to bet you end up selling a challenge pack at the wedding? Just tell everybody what you're doing. You know. And she sold 2, and she hit Success Club. So it's like you never really stop, even though you do kind of.
Right.
And
Millie and I had this conversation because Millie was drinking her shake on the train the other day.
Right.
And somebody asked her about her shake because it was in the cup. She had it with her. I'm sure she carries it every day, and this woman saw it and asked questions.
Right.
And it's that simple sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, I went and my neighbor had a garage sale over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I barely ever talked to this woman. But I walked over and I said hello and you know, how's it going? Oh, you got great weather. You got a lot of people coming. She's like, you look so great. What did you do? And her daughter was there, and she was like, oh, we're always looking for something, and she's always on a diet, but she's a lawyer. And I was like, heck, there are lawyers, there are doctors, there are lots of people with different jobs that do this program, and it works. And so it's only a matter of time before they knock on my door. So you really honestly never know where. That's why I believe it's really just a matter of really living the lifestyle and showing that it works.
Right. So even though you're so busy with your other, you know, with your job and your kids, you still, it just fits in because it's your life.
Yeah, because it is just part of my life.
I feel
And there are, you know, and I mean, I have a plan each day in terms of I'm gonna post in these groups, and I have lists for different days of the week based on the rules of those groups of where I'm gonna post, and I try to spread it out. And I do most of my posting Monday through Friday. Sometimes on Saturdays, not really on Sundays. And I usually first thing in the morning try to go through notifications and see who posted what, and like people's pictures and say happy birthday to people and things like that real quick. But I'm talking 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. It takes me about 10 minutes maybe, if that, to post in groups for the day. And
But if you didn't have it written down what groups you were going to post in, it wouldn't take you that quick. Because
Right.
you would sit down and be like, what should I do? Which group should I post in? When did I post in this last time?
Yeah.
And you would have to
But I
check.
feel like also there are times when I'll see something that somebody else posted, and it'll give me an idea of what I want to post, or a concept or something, in terms of posting. And I use the Notes app on my phone to make notes of things that I want to post, and then I can email it to myself, or I just simply type an email and email it to myself, so that if there's something that I want to post, then I have it in writing, and then I'm copying and pasting. So even if I'm sitting at the park and my kids are playing, and all of a sudden this idea pops in my head, I whip out my phone and jot it down so that I have it for later on. You know.
Yeah. So, I mean, so I think that what we really need is to, I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on a daily to-do list. And then I'm going to post it, and then you guys can take it and just kind of tweak it. And, you know, what I do every day is definitely different than what, you know, an Emerald coach would do every day, or definitely different than what a new coach is going to do every day. So I'll kind of make a general thing, because it is difficult when you're, I mean, it's difficult for me because I have 4 kids, right? So like, I know that I don't actually drive to work, and I know that I'm not teaching anymore, but like, I am in and out, I'm changing diapers, I'm making bottles, I'm washing dishes. I just folded 5 million clothes of laundry and put it away, because the woman that always comes to help me is away for the week. And like, it's like, well, what am I going to do today? And if I didn't have my schedule like written down, I wouldn't have got it done, you know, because I'm just so frazzled from everything that I do that I wouldn't be as productive as I am. So, like, I know, you know, I guess I'm specifically speaking to teachers, and I know Janine is going back soon, and there's other people that are not on the call that hopefully will listen to this that are going back soon, that are teachers. But it's so...
You have to come up with a schedule that works for you.
Yes.
Like, Lindsay's schedule is not going to work for me. My schedule's not going to work for her. You have to really
And I'm not
play
going to
with and tweak.
Yes, I'm not going to say like at 9 o'clock you have to do this, at 10 o'clock you have to do this. But what I'm going to say is, okay, invite 5 friends today. Post in 3 groups. Like stuff like that. So that way throughout the day you can kind of fit it in to what you're doing. And then by the time you go to bed, you can look at your schedule and say, did I get it all done? Can I cross everything off the list for today?
Right.
You know what I mean?
And there have been times when I'm doing this stuff at 10:30 at night so that I can cross it off the
You
list.
guys, I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning last night.
I saw that.
Days like that.
You saw that?
I saw that.
I couldn't sleep. And then there's this well, it's not new, but it's like new to me, and I've been wanting to learn how to use it. It's called PickMonkey.com. And I posted, did you guys see my pictures that I posted today?
That was really good. You did that on PickMonkey?
Yeah, that was my first one
Nice.
I've ever done. So I was watching, I couldn't sleep. I'm just laying in bed. I'm like, this is so stupid. I was either going to go read The Slight Edge downstairs or play around with PickMonkey. So I decided to do that. And yeah, so that's when I just got that done. So I learned how to do it, which is awesome. And I would love to teach you all how to use it. I mean, I'm still going to play with it more, but it's really cool to make ads and stuff because you can put yourself in it and like erase the backgrounds and stuff in Photoshop. But yeah, so my schedule is not going to work when yours is, but you have to make sure that you get all this stuff done but by the time you go to bed. And I know what it's like to be freaking exhausted by the time you get home from work. I know it. I did it for 6 years. I mean, I've worked always, but like as a full-time job, I did it for 6 years. And I was pregnant in most of those years too. So it's really hard to come home and take care of your kids. I can't even imagine then having to get to think about posting and did I friend 5 people and did I post in the right groups and are they going to not kick me out because I'm not supposed to post today? So we really have to write it down, and I'll take on that job for sure. And then you guys can just tweak it, and we can all comment on it. What do you think I should add? What do you think I should take away? And then
And I don't know if this will help anybody, but I feel like lately what I do is the beginning of the month when I post, I really talk about my journey, and I post my transformation picture, and I talk about 21 Day Fix and how it helped me to change my life, how I feel, what I've lost, all of that. And that's what I will post typically the first week of every month. The second week of the month, a lot of times then I switch over rather than keep posting the same thing. I will post then about what's on sale for the month. If I'm comfortable selling it, because I'm not always comfortable selling everything. In September, Payo's one of the specials. I'm not a big Payo person, so it's not something that I'll push. I will push 21 Day Fix because I believe in it. I'll post 3-Day Refresh because I believe in it.
yeah, that's awesome that it's on sale again.
Right.
It's on sale again?
So this month I'll probably post this week my story, then I'll switch over to 3-Day Refresh. And then I usually wind up posting about 21 Day Fix for 1 week out of the month because people will buy it whether it's on sale or not because it's such a well-known program. And then depending on where I'm at in the month in terms of goals and SC points in that, then the last week of the month is kind of up for grabs.
I mean, that's a good point because I definitely do different stuff than in the beginning of the month than I do at the end of the month. The beginning of the month, I do focus on getting SC10 by the 10th of the month. And then after that, I really focus on my coaches and I do like other type of work. So maybe I'll break it up into 4 weeks, the schedule. That's a good idea.
Right.
Because
I also feel like it's, you want the people in the groups that you post in to see you posting consistently so that they believe that you are trustworthy. But they also don't want to see the same thing over and over again from you.
Usually once I hit SC, like in the beginning of the month, I like go for it. Like I go for the sales until I get my 10 points. And then I kind of just stop being salesy and I just post about what I'm doing. Like, you know, a sweaty selfie, or Noelle drinking my Shakeology and she won't give it back to me. Or today, I didn't even have time to post this today. It was such a crazy day, but Leah is 4.5. She came up and woke me up. And she said, Mommy, can I come with you to wake up Noelle? And I said to her, I meant to say to her, I'll get you when I'm going to wake her up. And I said, I'll tag you. I'm like, I'll tag you when I'm going in. That's what I said to her. Okay, so like, I was going to post, I probably will post that today, but so you guys already know. It was really funny. And I was just said to myself, I'm like, what the hell am I saying? I'm losing my mind. They need to go back to school. But so like stuff like that, I'm going to post about, and I like to try and be funny about it instead of salesy. But then people still know, you know, what I'm doing without me selling to them. And they follow you. So that's really important. Is I don't want to be salesy the whole month. I want to get my points because that's part of my job and it's really important. And then I want to help all of you. That's my job. Okay. And your job is to get your points and then to help your coaches underneath you. Okay. That's really what you need to focus on once you hit your Success Club goal for the month. Okay. Which should be 10. But if you guys get anywhere between 5 to 10, that's awesome. Okay. Okay. So
There were just 2 other things that I thought I would share with you guys. So I mentioned earlier about figuring out the kind of coach you want to be and what you're going to offer to your clients. Early on in this whole process, my best friend from high school joined me and started doing 21 Day Fix, and then has since become a coach, and she's in our group. Amy, I'm sure you've seen her postings. I think she's still hungover from the wedding, so she's not on this call. But we made a recipe page. She loves to cook. I was constantly trying new things and cooking things and sharing the pictures when I started my own journey. So we made a recipe page and we started inviting people to the recipe page and fixing the recipes for the 21-day program. And that quickly became a resource that I used when I was talking to people about what I could offer them. Because I could offer them the challenge group and I could offer them my support, and then I could also offer them this recipe page and another resource to help them to come up with ideas and meals and things that they could use as they were doing their program. And then I, early on as a coach, started an email that I would send weekly to all of my clients. And I still do send it. Regardless of whether people ever respond or say a word, I send that email and I put different stuff in it. It's changed over the year that I've been doing it. I will share a recipe. I will give them tips. I will tell them something about me. I will tell them something about losing weight, different things to help them hopefully in their process. I will also in that email very often talk about what's on sale for the month so that they know, and if they want to take advantage of it, they can. I will put information in there a couple of times a month about the discount coach opportunity and what that's about. So it's an easy way for me to communicate a lot of information to a whole bunch of people in an easy way.
it's a good
Because
idea.
I write the email in Word and then I copy and paste it, and I set up in my email account a group I use Yahoo, and so I set up my Beachbody clients, my Beachbody coaches, so that depending on who I want to email, I can quickly find them and then just copy and paste from Word into the email and send it out. So even on Friday when I was on my way to the wedding, I had already set up the email ready to go on Thursday and then just push send on Friday so that they still got it.
It's a good idea.
So
that
but
could be
it's
like,
something that, so it's another thing. I'm not saying everybody has to send an email, but I'm saying it's something that I do that makes me different from other people and helps my people on their journey. And every once in a while I do get a comment or a response that says, thank you so much. I really like this. This week was great. Something like that, which makes you feel good and makes you realize, yes, I should keep going. But it's a matter of finding value that you can add to the process of your clients.
I think that's a really good idea. I used to do an email in the beginning of the month that would tell everybody about the promotions and just kind of like FYI, this is what's going on. If you're interested, let me know. And then I kind of forgot about it, but I didn't write it down. That's why I have to write it down. If I write it down, I'll do it. So I'm definitely going to incorporate that in our schedule, and then you guys can use it however you want. I think it's a great idea to reach out to everyone at least once a month, because some people do fall off and like getting an email. It's funny, every time I send out an email, like my stepmother, she's been doing the program. She was my first customer, and she did really great, and then she kind of fell off. She still drinks her shakes every day, but every time I send an email, she responds and signs up for the next program every single time. Even though I see her all the time, every Sunday night we have dinner, but every time she gets my email, she's like, sign me up. So you never know who you're reaching or what, moment it is for them, how they're feeling, and they open your email and they're like, oh, you know what? Let me reach back out to my coach, So I think that's just another way. It's a good way to get to them, because people sometimes don't respond to you on Messenger. Just frustrating.
Right. Well, and that's why I feel like even if I message everybody through Facebook and they don't respond, and then I send them these emails, that certainly nobody could turn around and say that I didn't reach out to them.
Right.
So, so it's certainly that. If you're going to send any kind of mass email, though, my advice is just make sure that you're putting everybody's email in the blind copy, because for privacy reasons, you wouldn't want to throw everybody's email and names out there to
how do you do
people
that?
that are strangers to them.
How do you do that?
So, so you just put everybody's email address in the BC field instead of in the to field.
Okay.
And send it that way so that nobody can see anybody else's email address.
Because I got yelled at actually for doing that once.
Yeah.
Some bro was like, how dare you send my email out to all these people?
Right. So you just have to be careful of that.
Okay. Okay, so my last question is for you is, what is your ultimate goal, like with Beachbody? To walk across the stage with me to get our $1 million check.
Love it.
Yeah, that would be, for Carl to know my first name, off the top of his head would be great.
Yeah.
And to walk across that stage, it would be awesome. I don't know. I don't know what, honestly, where it's going to go, because sorry, the TV. Where I am now versus where I was when I started. When I started, I was making $90, $100, and I thought that was so great because, I was doing my program and I was getting paid to lose weight, was the way that I looked at it. And I thought, this is great, Now I'm making anywhere, a year later, making anywhere between $250 on a bad week to $500 in a year's time.
In a week.
So
That's just a weekly
certainly,
paycheck.
I don't know that I would have imagined that it would grow like that. And who knows where it will be in another year from now. I love it because it helps me to be able to do things for my family that I might not do normally. And I also feel like I've gone through things in my life the last 3 years with my job where I worked in the public schools for 15 years. I got excess twice. And after the second time, could not get a job in the public school system again, which was devastating to me because I spent all that time going to college, getting degrees. I had 15 years in the profession, and then suddenly I was on the outside and couldn't get back in. And I had to kind of recreate myself at that point and figure out what I was going to do. And it was really survival. And this was all before Beachbody, but I was lucky enough to get a job. And now I've been in that job for 3 years, but I no longer take for granted that it's always going to be there. And that I'm just going to keep working here forever and ever. So I look at my Beachbody job as, at this point, as if my current situation were to change, that now I have this foundation to fall back on and build it up. I am not sure if I'll ever get to a point with my Beachbody company where I will quit my job because I make a good living at that job.
What if you matched your income? Would you quit your job?
Probably in a heartbeat, but
Because a lot of people say no.
I never say no. I just say at this point I don't know. If I could get it to that point where I was making 6 figures on a steady basis, then yeah, I would really want to be able to be home with my kids and make my own schedule and things like that. And that would be another point in my life where I would really have to figure out what I want to do.
Well,
So.
I'll tell you this, that I was actually thinking about it today. I don't know why I was thinking about this, but my ultimate goal in each, maybe because I wrote it to you, maybe because I sent you that question, so maybe that's why I started thinking about it. But my ultimate goal is to have financial freedom and to become a millionaire and to be able to have enough money to do anything I ever want to do. And it's not something that is impossible with this company. I mean, to me, pretty much, if you don't give up, it just seems like it's going to happen because your business is going to keep building and growing and growing and growing. And maybe it might not happen as fast as other people's. You know, like Melissa made $28,000. It took her a year and a half to do that. Like, you know, that didn't happen for me, but I'm not giving up until ever. I'm going to, you know, make $28,000 in a month and then I'm going to keep going. And, you know, that's one of my goals. But another one of my goals is to make sure that all of my coaches are right there with me. That I want all of you to have that, to have financial freedom and to not have to worry about money and to pay off your bills and to be able to stay home with your kids and to just love life, you know, and not be a slave to a job every day that, you know, you may hate, because I was in a job that I absolutely hated, and that's what I want. So yes, my ultimate goal, and of course, is to help people change their lives physically, but let's be real, I want to make a lot of money, and I want to retire my husband, and I want a bigger house, and I don't want to drive my minivan. I want like a Mercedes truck or something, you know? And I want to make a lot of money, and I want all of you to be on the stage with me. I don't want to be up there by myself. I said to Nicole Middleberg, I said, you better be up there, because what if I trip? Someone's going to pick me up. So, you know, like, I'm not like I'm leading you guys and I want you to be right there with me, you know? So that is my ultimate goal, is that we all do it together and we all, you know, can feel this freedom and life. And that's my goal. So Millie, did you want to say something?
Well,
Go ahead, Patty.
and I really think that whole idea of Lindsay taking all of us with her as she grows is the key to all of this, because you really grow your business when your coaches grow, and that's really the key. So I have really focused in the last month on teaching, or trying hopefully to teach my coaches more, to share with them. I openly give them things that I post. I tell them to take the emails that I send to them as one of my customers and send it to their customers, so that they're growing their business, because when they're successful, then I'm successful. And the more that they're able to do, the bigger my business grows. And so it's that, it's not a just do for myself kind of business. You really have to work with your team. And the more you work with your team, the bigger you grow.
And when again, like I talk about this every week, but like all of last year, up until January, I was on these calls, but I was not leading. I was listening. And until I took that role, and I was kind of pushed to do it. I really didn't have a choice. Melissa wanted to run her own challenge group, and she told us it was time that we all run our own, and that was it. And once we started doing it, I felt like I had to take the lead role. And I feel like you all will do that when you're ready. Like you'll just all of a sudden be like, I got to make a call. I got to get a Zoom call going. Because, let's say Janine, you all of a sudden you have 12 coaches under you. Like you want to lead them. You don't want me to lead them, Like Melissa still helps me, and I still ask her questions, and she still helps me with my downline and my placement and, my posts and this and that. But she's not, I don't look at her as like my boss or anything. You know what I mean? Like I've taken now control of my business, and I feel like you all, it will just like click one day that you're like, oh, I got to do this call because I need to get all these people on, and I got to talk to them about this because they got to start doing this stuff, So again, that will come with time, and I mention it every week. But okay, so I kind of wanted to just end the call with something I read in the Slight Edge. Who's been reading the Slight Edge recently?
Florida.
Come on, girls.
I paused for a little bit.
You paused. All right. Well, okay, first of all, I love to read. I really do. But I never have any time, ever. Okay? Obviously, I have 4 kids. Like, when the hell do I have time to sit down and read a book? And when I actually do, I don't, because I just want it to be silent and I don't want to think, right? So, but part of the apprenticeship, the second apprenticeship, is reading the book, The Slight Edge. And that book is recommended by all the top coaches that they said it changed their life. It changed everything when they read that book. So, like I said, maybe a month or so ago, like I have to start doing these things that I don't do, because if you don't change something, nothing's going to change. So I'm reading it. I'm not as far as I should be, for sure. I think I'm on like chapter 5 or 6, but it's really good. It's the first one of these like self-help books that I'm like really interested in, and I actually like it. It's kind of about the story of the author's life. It's not just telling you, what to do or whatever. And so there is a piece of it in the book that I wanted to tell you about, because I think it really pertains to what we do. So I'm going to tell you the story. Okay? So there were these 2 frogs, Esmeralda, did you read this part about the two frogs?
I'm not up to chapter 5 yet.
Oh, then this was in like chapter 3. Okay, so
I got to chapter 3, but I didn't start reading it.
okay, so there's these two frogs, and they decide to like go out and explore, right? So they leave their little pond or wherever they live, and they hippity hop, and they find this farm, right? And they see like all these cows and chickens or whatever, and they hop into where the cows are, and they see a pail, and it's filled with cream, the milk from the cows, right? And they want to taste it. So they both hippity hop up onto the top of the pail, and they jump in, and they get to taste it, whatever, and it's so great. And then they're like, okay, let's go check out the rest of the farm. But they can't get out. And they start swimming and swimming and swimming and swimming, and they're like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to get out of here? And they were brothers. So in the story it says they're brothers. So one of the brothers was just like, there's no use. That's it. Like, I'm just going to give up. There's no way we're ever going to get out of here. And he's like, goodbye, brother. And he sinks to the bottom of the pail. And the other brother was like, no way. I'm just going to keep on swimming. I'm just going to keep on swimming. I got to figure this out. And so he just kept going. And then all of a sudden he put his foot down, and there was something to put his foot on. And he was able to jump out. And he had turned the cream into butter from all of his paddling. And, swishing it around, whatever. So the cream turned into butter, and he got out, and he hippity hopped away, and he lived. Okay, so now what in the world is the point of this frog story? Does anybody know? This is the teacher in me. Does anyone get it? Okay, so the point of the frog story is that if you give up when things get hard, you're just going to stay. Like, you're not going to get anywhere. Like, that's it. Your business is going to go down. But, everything you do, like when this frog was like swimming and swimming and swimming and swimming and swimming and swimming, he was creating something for him to get out. And so when you're first starting your business, you're posting, you're creating contacts, you're, having all these prospects, you're, starting all these things that is like the frog that's swimming but doesn't know what's going to happen yet. And then all of a sudden, you're going to jump, and your business is going to be like, all these prospects are going to start buying and becoming coaches, and then you're going to start making money, and you're going to jump out of the pail, and you're going to be like, I made it. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Did I tell it good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. It was really, like, as I was reading it, I was like, this is really good. Like, this really, like, has to do, like, this could totally go with our business, Like, you could give up and you could sink, or you could just keep going until you finally reach what you've been wanting to reach for, So moral of the story, turn your milk into into butter. Okay?
It's true. Because I would say there's probably been 3 or 4 times over the last year where I felt so overwhelmed with everything that I was like, I just can't do this. What am I thinking? And I would regroup and start a new week and refocus and take it one day at a time, and then get back on track.
See that? And you hippity hopped away.
Yep.
You like that? That was so the teacher in me.
Cute.
And I'm a music teacher. I don't even do that kind of stuff. Anyway, there's another story too. I'll save that one for next week. Okay. Maybe Esmeralda will read it, and she'll have a story for you.
I'm pulling it. I actually took it with me we went away for the weekend, and I took it with me, and I never opened it once. Like, I took it with me to, like, never opened it.
It's a good one, you guys. Even though it's going to be our reading for the second coach apprenticeship. If you aren't reading anything now, this is the book you should read. It's really good. So it's called The Slight Edge. I would definitely buy it. And I figured it out. If you read 11 pages a day, you'll finish it in, I think it was like 27 days or something. Okay? So again, if you don't do something, if you don't change something, nothing's going to change. Okay? So that's that. Does anybody have any questions? Again, before I questions, I just want to say again, like how proud I am of all of you because you guys killed it this month. Killed it. All hits. Oh, okay. Millie, you came close. So don't think that I'm telling you that you did bad because you did it. You did great. Okay, you tried so hard. But like you guys, I just feel like it's coming. It's coming for all of us. Okay, I am nowhere near a multi-millionaire. Okay, I just want you guys to know that. Don't think that I'm sitting here like in a luxurious home here. I'm driving my minivan and I have a one bedroom house. Imagine with 4 kids. One bathroom in my house. Okay, I need a second bathroom. So I am right there with you guys. Like sometimes I get frustrated. I see my commission each week, and I'm like, damn it, I want more, But I just have to keep on going. We just have to keep going, keep pushing, keep helping people, keep helping each other. Okay, that's it. That's all I've got to say. So does anybody have any questions? Anything about next month?
I just want to give a shout out to my coach that came onto this call. Ross, you there?
She's here.
Probably muted. So she signed up less than a week ago, and she already hit Success Club, like less than 5 days ago. I just want to give her a huge shout out.
That's awesome.
She, I think, didn't even get her challenge pack before she hit Success Club. Like, how crazy is that? Right?
Awesome. Love that.
Yes, love it.
Love everything about that. So September. So we have Fit Club on September 22nd. We have the 3-day refresh on starting September 8th. So we still have a couple more days for people to get it. And even if they don't get it for September 8th, maybe we'll run another one a couple weeks into the month. So that's on sale this month. So it's PIO, the 3-day refresh, and what was the last thing that was on sale?
I didn't even see the 3-day refresh. I just saw PIO and the PIO Kickstart.
It was right under PIO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Kickstart.
No.
Okay.
Right, Patty? No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's PIO and 3-day refresh.
Awesome.
Is there anything else? I took a picture of it. Hold on.
I snapped a pic of the email too.
It's PIO 3-day refresh and then PIO Kickstart with Shakeology.
Perfect.
Okay. So you guys, Patty, you're gonna make the Fit Club flyer.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm gonna send you money for that. I promise. I really will. Jackie had a question for me. Danielle's telling me. My personal address. Please shoot it. Hold on. Danielle, can I, I'll text you after.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm like trying to, you're texting me and I've got other people texting me at the same time. Okay, I'll text you. We'll figure that out in a second. So Patty, you're going to make the flyer.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll all have that to start inviting people to Fit Club. So, Fit Club now we got it down to $90 thanks to Patty. So however many of us invite people and have basically if anyone comes, that's considered, help. Okay, even if, let's say I invite people, most of my people that come are already in my challenge, right? But when they came to size whenever we had it a couple weeks ago, and then they bought size. So even though they're already my challengers, because of that Fit Club, I still, made money from it. So anyone that has people come, we're all going to split it, the $90. So if we all, how many of us are on here now? 8. There's 8. There was 10 before. So it could be even down to $10, which would be really cool if we could do that, right? Is everybody in on that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So before we go on the 22nd, we'll just figure out how many of us have people coming, and then that way we know, because I never have cash on me, and I owe Patty like $1 million. So
What are we doing? P90X, right?
I think we'll do P90X3 unless
Okay.
we do PIO. Something to think about. We could do PIO.
We'd
Maybe
have to figure out which PIO we could do.
yeah.
I don't know it good enough. I can ask Christine.
Yeah, let's talk to Christine about it. Because she knows it for sure. Because it's on sale. We maybe should do that. I don't know. Let's talk about that next week, what we're going to do. Everybody think about it this week. PIO or P90X3? Because P90X3, then we could go we could try to sell on demand to people. You know, because it's the full program is on there. So, all right. So think about that. All right. So you're posting about
Some of the P90s are on sale now too, right?
P90.
Yeah, I think I saw an email like that.
I think if we hit Success Club 5, wait. Oh no, damn.
If you hit Success
No.
Club in September, then that's one of the prizes. But I think some of them are on sale also.
Are they?
Like they're cleaning stock on that.
Right.
But it's not the challenge pack, so.
No, just the program itself, not a challenge pack.
We could do P90. I've never done it. I don't know. All right, I'll think about that. Everybody kind of think about that. Let's talk to Christine and see what she thinks. If there's a good one to do in a group. Because I really don't know the answer.
Okay.
Okay, so Fit Club, 3-day refresh, and then you guys, let's try to everybody hit at least SC5 by when?
10.
The 10th?
Yeah.
Is everybody in for that?
I just sent 15 invitations while we were on this.
Woo! Now you got to go read your book.
Multitasking. And I'm going to shut everything off, and I'm turning the thing off on my phone, and I'm going to go read.
Go read about the frogs. It's a really good story.
I promise. I just hit chapter 3, and then I just stopped. I'm sorry.
All right, you guys, and buy that book. It's really good. You have time for it. And Janine, well, we'll talk to you before you go back to work, right?
Yes.
Tuesday you go back?
I go back Tuesday, yeah.
Okay.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. My kids go tomorrow. Leah's first
Go
day of
Thursday.
pre-K on the bus. So it's exciting. But anyway, all right, you guys, I'm going to let you go. It's late. So if anybody needs me, you know where to find me. And let's all kick butt September again. Okay? Get your coaches to kick butt too. Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
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 Bye.